Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Hello everybody, my name is Hartini. I'm the author of this paper. The title of this paper is Form of Character Education Pancasila in Distant Learning in Elementary Schools. And this is what my research has been looking at. So let's get started. The COVID-19 pandemic has caused many changes in various fields of life ranging from social, culture, economic, and even a lot of influence in the field of education. The increasing number of the spread of COVID-19 encouraged the government to issue policies that can cause a crisis in the growth rate of COVID-19. One of them is the policies on distant learning. Distant learning is a learning system that replaces face-to-face learning system with WhatsApp application, Google Classroom, Zoom meetings, and the like that can interact directly between teachers and students without having to meet in person. Inculcating character education in students amid the COVID-19 pandemic is still a major world problem. This is because character education must be carried out gradually and emphasizes the process of changing character attitudes. Embedding character values implicitly through exemplary and requires a process that is not instantaneous. The implementation of distance learning, which is only face-to-face virtual for a limited time, causes the teacher not to be fired in providing learning material and also unable to directly motivate and instill character values in students. In addition, with distance learning, students cannot imitate the teacher. Character education is an effort to create a nation that is a smart, good, noble character and has an Indonesian personality. The result of the effective implementation of character education can be seen from the number of students who experience change in behavior such as underestimating teacher, ignoring a statement given by teacher, saying inappropriate word in WhatsApp group, neglecting online learning, and so on. To overcome this problem, cooperation of all components in the school is needed to familiarize the character culture in distance learning at this time so that the implementation of character education can still run effectively. Method. This research is a qualitative descriptive study by examining the form of Pancasila character education in distance learning in elementary school. The data in this study were obtained from in-depth interview, observation, and documentation. Interviews were conducted with informant, namely principal, teacher, parent, and student, with a total of 9 informants selected based on information need. The data validity test was carried out using the triangulation technique and SOR technique. Result. Mulhura Elementary School is an Islamic religion school in the city of Semarang. This school has the vision to educate children who are pious, pious, noble, intelligent, skilled, independent, and have a national reputation. Pancasila character education at Umul Elementary School is carried out in three forms, namely entry into thematic learning and civic education subject in the teaching and learning process and student activities at home. In addition to story, there is also an understanding of value through YouTube and essay tests that reinforce the description of the application of Pancasila values by being asked to provide examples of good and bad activities. In addition, students are also asked to fill in an opinion column about a problem around the home and school environment. In addition to the material, and teacher also add to student understanding by giving assignment in the book. There is also a discussion of material and assignment about the value of Pancasila, but not in depth. Result: when viewed from the material pointing Pancasila, value through learning is sufficient. But character building must also be done through exemplary and habituation, not just material presentation. The next form of support is mentoring student activities at home through student handbook. This book consists of 5 parts which are distributed to children in grade 1 to 6. The 5 books are book Pengasuhan Pintar Keimanan, Pengasuhan Pintar Literasi Dasar, Form 1 to 5, Pengasuhan Kendali Literasi dan Kemampuan Membaca, dan Pengasuhan Pintar Keterampilan Hidup dan Keputrian. The 3 forms of character education strengthening program above are program implemented by the Umul Khura Elementary School. Character education is part of education as a whole that cannot be ruled out in forming good citizens. Education is an effort to transform one of the character values. Character education cannot immediately shape or change a person's character because character building requires a long time, consistency, and full support from various environments. Childhood is the best time to shape a person's character because he has not had much influence from outside the family and school environment. Discussion: good character education is also supported not only by school but also by family and society. It's just that the COVID-19 pandemic has changed the synergy between the 3 educational environments that have been proved to experience an imbalance. The COVID-19 pandemic has changed the educational system that was previously carried out conventionally into a form of digital learning, so that the teacher and school control of students become weak. Cooperation between school, in this case teacher, and parent in the family in supervising their children's activity must be established. The teacher will provide a daily journal containing activities that must be done by students when they are at home. Parents are tasked with supervising their children's activity and writing the result in the daily journal. In addition to habituation, the activity decided by the school also condition parents to take a role in setting an example as an example. During the COVID-19 pandemic, figure of parent or other relative in the family were very important as example. In the past, children saw their teacher as exemplary figure because children spent more time in school and were more intense at full-day school. But now, the obstacle of character education in school in digital learning is the distance. If the teacher is creative during the digital learning process, students happily accept the learning and happily value transformation can occur. Conclusion: Pancasila character education in education about the value of Pancasila as a formation and developer of Indonesian human character. Character education, which was initiated by Umul Khura Elementary School, consists of 3 forms. First, through the selection of learning material in the form of story and form of enrichment in the form of essay tests that give students the openness to answer such as giving example and opinion. Second, through the provision of motivation, reward, punishment, and exemplary when the online learning process takes place. The third provides additional supplement in the form of a combined book, namely Pengasuhan Pintar Keimanan, Pengasuhan Pintar Literasi Dasar Volume 1 to 5, Pengasuhan Kendali Literasi dan Kemampuan Membaca, dan Pengasuhan Pintar Keterampilan Hidup dan Keputrian. This book is to synergy school program with the role of parent at home with these three things. It is hoped that it can continue to provide good character education to students and maintain the connector between the school environment and the family environment as a support for the development of student character. That's all my presentation. Thank you for your attention and wassalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.